Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to StarRupture and how to make compounders easy. Today I'm going to show you everything you need to know. Plus, there's a methodology here that I've been following since the start of the game, so the factories themselves are not important. How I put them is very important, and why we use this factory is also important, because everything you see from these smelters, they don't matter. Please don't put your smelters near your buildings. You can put them far away. If you can see, I have my smelters there, here. I do not include the smelting inside my production sheets. And I even have an Excel sheet that I'm going to show you how to read and how to put the buildings on while reading the Excel sheet, so you can actually copy these buildings without blueprint system. That is not in the game yet. I hope they add it in the next patch. That's one of my biggest, let's say, dislikes of this game, not having blueprints. Okay, anyways, there are a few factories, or only 2 factories in this build that are not going to be shown in this video, which is the sulfuric acid farm, which is the one that if I can get out of this save time, Jesus, it is so long now. Yeah, it's because of the waiting system. Yeah, the sulfuric farms I will not be able to show you on this video. There's a link that you can find how I make these sulfuric acid farms. It's a complex building, but not functionally. It is very useful. You need at least 4 of this. I built 2 here. There's 2 other there and 1 there. So I can actually have all the sulfuric acid. I will not show this one, but the other ones I will show all of them. Number 1 factory that we're gonna go through here is Calcite sheet. And by the way, don't rush, wait, I will tell you why we are doing this and how this is making the compounder easy. So for the final product of this factory line, which is synthetic resin, we're gonna need about 600 calcite sheets, which are being produced here and being carried by 2 lanes, because they produce 600 and lane 3 only can carry 480 materials per minute. That's the reason why you have 2 of these. They directly go to the compounders there, okay? So you will need this separately. This will be added to the final product, the hardening agent, so it can actually turn into whatever you want, the synthetic resin. But the main thing about this build is that, look, when you are making compounder products, you're gonna need calcite sheet, you're gonna need applicator, you're gonna need sulfuric acid, you're gonna need hardening agent, applicators, sheets, rods, and glass, and synthetic silicone. All of those products are made en masse. There is a massive amount of production going on in just this one factory, which you will be able to redirect to all of your other factories. How? Let me show you. So as you saw, this is the calcite sheet part. What you can do, if you need calcite sheet, because there's 600 being produced here, I don't recommend taking calcite sheets from here. Calcite sheet is easy to produce. Just make it somewhere else and send it to your factories. But when it comes to sulfuric acid, you can just connect these sulfuric acid farms to any of your compounder farms, or compounder, let's say, pressurized helium, for example. Liquid helium. You're gonna need all of these sulfuric acids for it. So you can just send them there. Then there's this farm which produces chemicals, which you can use for other things as well. And the chemical farm actually itself produces both synthetic silicone, it will produce ceramics for you. And all you need to do about these factories is, look, I'll show you how to put these factories together, by the end, so you can actually know the logic behind them first, and then. As you can see, all of these factories have a back to front build. So from the back, they're building everything, and all of the lanes that are connecting the fronts and the backs are actually connected to each other. So no matter what is being produced here, or here, or here, if you connect a production line or a storage to the end of this facility, it will actually get carried to any kind of storage that you want it to. For example, if you want productions, anything that is being produced from this farm, let's say, all you need to do is you're gonna connect one building to it, and then the whole build can come up together, so you can actually have some fun while carrying all of these resources, and at the same time sending them to your other resources. I have not connected this one to all of them. This is only synthetic silicone. So, look, synthetic silicone could be stored here. Oh, I need synthetic silicone in this factory too, and also I need this in another building. But because the production is so high in all of these factories, this synthetic silicone could be dispatched and sent to any other compounder facility or any other facility that I want. All I need is one storage connected to a factory unit, so this unit will send it where it needs to go. I know some of you so far, because this game has been out for a while now, you've seen small factories, like, let me tell you this, like this is what I saw from a few, let's say, YouTube videos that I watched about this game. Sadly, it is sad to see, okay? It is very, very sad to see. By the way, this is debugging your lanes. You have to do it or they get stuck. Sometimes, like I check the YouTube just to see what kind of buildings people are making. Like, I see like one structure like this, and the video's name is like, I made the best factory. No, you can't. This game has, like, this is just titanium speaking. Yeah, I'm just saying the titanium part. In general, if you look at the map, like in this whole map, there's an online map that you can check. There's about 20,400 minimum titanium. Okay. Just for producing the Resonator and this farm, I've been using around 8 to 10,000 of the titanium and other resources that are in this map. If you think that you can finish this game with just one factory that is as big as this game, it's a lie. You can't. This is an automation game. It does not come easy. This is only one of the factories. I even have a bigger one there just for the Resonator, and it even produces more. I even have a bigger factory like at that side, which I will not reveal right now because I'm working on it. It's the magnet factory and the other products that you need for the lens and so on. But in general, this is what you need to make. This is the minimum that you need to make for finishing this game. So all you need to do, you will make these factories, you will connect them to the storages, and you will connect them to each other until the compounders. So the compounder produces your resin, these produce your basic materials, and you can both farm basic resources from this, like synthetic silicone, like ceramics, like sulfuric acid, and also high level or high generation items, like your glass or let's say like your tubes, like your hardening agent, and so on and so forth. And when it comes to the applicator farm and the other farms that you will have, this is the hardening agent section, by the way. The hardening agent gets so much material that, again, you need to use this method. This is a method that I came up with just so I can actually feed a factory or a factory line more than 480 materials per minute, because lane 3 can feed around like 3 of these factories at the same time, because if I show you the Excel sheet, you will understand it better. Let me just show you the Excel sheet. So here, if you look at the top here, you will see that this is the factory that I was showing you. It is hardening agent. You need 600 sulfuric acid, 120 synthetic silicone, and 120 applicators per minute to be fed to this system so it can actually produce. Don't think this is too much. This is not even enough. This is a minimal factory that I made so you can finish the game without too much pain, okay? Even aside from the synthetic silicone, even if you look at here, like this is the applicator farm. Applicator farm also has 2 lanes that are connecting everything. I will show you the lane after I show you this. Look, 16 fabricators and 32 fabricators just producing titanium rods and sheets. This is 960 materials per minute and 960 tubes getting produced from those. If you don't have this method for carrying 2 lanes of items, you will not be able to make factories like this. And for the end game, you need to learn this, or you're gonna be in pain. You're gonna need to go all over the world, make factories everywhere, send them with a disgusting amount of helicopters and jetpacks to your buildings so you can actually finish the game with a little bit of speed and not spend 400 hours just waiting for your 3 factories to make that one resonator, okay? So I'm going to show you how to connect these next. So let's go back to the game so I show you the double layered builds. Then we're going to come back to the Excel sheet. I will show you how to make the buildings and how to get the products out of them. Okay, so as I showed you in the Excel sheet, there was 480 materials. When there is more than 480 materials being carried inside a factory line, this is how we do it. A quad lane at the bottom, 2 or 3 levels lower than the back one, then they will be aligned to each other, and those aligned lines or lanes will actually connect to the factories or fabricators, smelters, your furnaces, whatever, everything. Then there is the second quad, which is a 1 bit higher. You are going to connect 50% of your products to the top section and 50% of your products to the bottom section. There is another method that you can use for actually doing this, which is the crisscross that I came across. These are, you will not find these anywhere else, by the way. And if you haven't skipped the video to the end, you have not seen this, so yeah. This is not something that I learned or said. This is an original thing. I made this crisscross just based on, this is actually like city mapping at this point. It's not engineering, it's actually city planning thing. You have gone on one of these things in your city that just go up and then go down and give like way for you to like go back or forth or any way from around when you're driving. So this is it. Like, look, more than 480 materials are coming from here and more than 480 are coming from here, but one side needs 600, one side needs 240. So in order to make an equilibrium there, I have connected 50% of this lane to that part and 50% of this side to that side. So with this crisscross, both the lower lane and the higher lane are getting enough material out of that 720, 780 material that is needed for this production line. If you have double floors and you want to send them equal amount of items or products, this is what you can also do. Or the other one. These 2 methods are exquisite. And, well, if you use them, your life is gonna get so much easier. And also for powering these kind of stations, I think I have never told you this, but you don't need to connect your power buildings to anything. All you need, make a factory like full of just electricity production, connect it with one small lane to one of your buildings or your other lanes, and this line will actually power your whole facility all around the world. Yeah, you don't need to connect power lines to any of your facilities. You just need to have rails connect them to each other. So that's why you never see power lines or power production buildings inside any of my builds, because that thing is actually feeding this factory, that factory, that factory, that big factory right over there, and everything else. Now, going to the compounder actually, this is what's been going on. Look, see, I have surplus here now. I have surplus of glass there. I have surplus of synthetic resin there. This is what you're going to do. Because this line of, let's say, factories produces so much materials for everything, now anything that could be possibly produced with the compounders could be actually extracted from this, let's say, big factory line that is made over here. There is no product almost inside these compounders that you can't get stuff out of from this thing, okay? You can either shoot them with a rocket to another location and make your other compounders there, or you can just add more compounders to this lane, which I don't prefer because that makes a little bit chaos. I like having all of my final product lines like this. I'll make another video about this later, by the way. This is my final products buildings. Yeah, it never produces small materials. It only receives materials from other bigger factories. And this thing will actually keep going on. And, well, I will always finish the game just using this one now. I don't need other factories anymore. And yes, I'm still sick. Sorry for the voice. Yeah, and let's go through some of the things that you can actually make. I'll have to feed this one a little bit sulfur from the other side. Yeah, pay attention to the numbers in the Excel sheet, by the way. You need exact numbers. I'll need to go and make a buffer out there so I can actually, like, feed more sulfur to this. Ouch. Yeah, as you can see, like, look, everything you need. Look, hardening agent, we made it. Sulfuric acid, we made it. Calcite sheet, we made it. Yes, well, we already made it. Hardening agent. We can get pressurized helium from the other part, because pressurized helium is basically just helium and sulfur just combined to each other. For the lens, well, look, you produce synthetic resin, you produce hardening reagent, and you produce glass in this factory line. You can even connect like another compounder to the end of this compounder and connect the lanes, and it will be produced right after this. Like this building, like this compounder will actually send the resin and everything else for your lenses, so you can finish the lens. For hand fiber, my eyes are going. For nanofiber, look, you already produced the tubes and you're producing like 960 tubes. So just change this, and liquid helium, you're gonna have it in another place, because liquid helium is another factory that I made another, what do you call it? Video. You can find the liquid helium factory as well inside the playlist. Then there's the ion injector. Ion injector is one of the things that you can't actually make easily, because it's like there's no other like resources after making this. Okay, that's the end of the game literally. So you will need to actually combine your compounders with your other assemblers. So yeah, you get the applicators. You already have the pressurized tank from other aside from the assembler lines. And, well, it comes to the superconductor, and for superconductor you have everything for the supermagnet, for the electromagnet, and even the ceramics are still produced inside this facility. So all you need to do is just export materials out of this line, put them in another line, and it will automatically produce everything you need. And the reason why this is not full yet is because synthetic resin is actually an endgame item. But yeah, like it hasn't been that long that I made this factory, and I already have like this much. Yeah, this probably like only these 3 is enough for me to make what I want for sending my request. And for example, like if I hadn't finished it, I could have finished the request for the launch pad just using like this 3. But I will fill this up because I never want to deal with synthetic resin ever, or anything that is produced for it in another time. Yes, and now we go to the... Why are you hiding here? How did I miss you? Let's go to one of the factories so I can actually show you how to read the Excel sheet. Maybe you don't want to look at the other videos. Like, this is the first video I don't actually go or follow the Excel sheet. Because this is not a build making video mostly. It is a video about like how this build works and helps you finish the products for your... let's say compounders, but I will read one Excel sheet line so you can actually understand it. So if you don't want to look at another video, you can actually read the Excel sheet. And yeah, this will do. This will probably do. Okay, let's go to the Excel sheet so I can show you how to read and place factories inside from the Excel sheet. That factory was actually pretty easy, so I went to one of the chemical farms. So what you see here is a chemical farm. You're looking at lane 1 and lane 2. And this is lane 1, this is lane 2, this is lane 3, and this is lane 4. Now I will show you how they look on the Excel sheet, so when you're reading, you can actually follow and build it. Okay, look, from the top, as you can see, like right about here, on this place, you can find, look, it says 3x fabricators, 1 furnace. It's easy. Just put 2 fabricators in the bottom, 1 fabricator and 1 furnace at the top, connect them to each other. I will show you how to connect them. And that is lane 1. Then you say, okay, leave 1, 2, 3 spaces in between them mostly. I'll have to actually make the Excel so it has 3, so it's realistic, like a map or schematic. Yeah, that's a good idea. I will do it later. But look, then you go to the second line. So it goes 3 furnaces, 3 furnaces, 3 furnaces bottom, 3 furnaces top. That's your lane 2. You will put 3 of them producing calcium powder, and you will put 3 other ones producing your ceramics. Then we go to lane 3. There you have 3 furnaces for synthetic silicone. You will just choose synthetic silicone, and you will put 5 furnaces for producing wolfranium powder. Connecting this lane to this lane is a little bit hard because you need to do double floors for the production, because 450, 150, 150, this is 750 materials going to the next lane. Yes, and because of that, one lane cannot carry it. Every lane can only carry 480 materials. So as you can see, then you have the 3 furnaces, 5 furnaces, top, bottom. I suggest putting, like, for example, the furnaces. I have a full video about this chemical farm in the sulfuric acid video. But yeah, you connect it to this one. It goes to the final lane. It makes 300 chemicals per minute out of the 150 silicone that you made here and the 450 wolfranium powder that you made here. You connect them. This is lane 4, and then lane 4 gets connected to lane 5, which is the refineries that I showed you in the other side, and it turns the 300 chemicals plus 480 sulfuric acid into 360 sulfuric acid. The reason why there is like 60 loss here is because you only need 300 of this for the hardening agent. So yeah, I even put this, how many helium you need. The helium is like this. So for example, you know where to connect helium from outside. And yeah, that's it. Let's go back to the game so I can show you how to connect these buildings. Okay, when it comes to connection, it is not as hard as you think it is, okay? In every factory that I make, there is a flow from either left to right or from right to left. One of those. Look, resources come from there. They are all connected to a quad lane. Quad lane gives both wolfranium and calcium. Calcium is getting separated here to the right side and to the top floor. Then this goes right side. That goes right side as well. Then from the front, both of the floors are going right side. This is going right side as well. Then it is connected to the front side. The front, which is lane 2 actually, look, it flows to the right again. It goes up, it flows to the right again. Then everything that is produced and everything that is connected from there here comes to the second lane. And from the second lane, we again go from left to right, and then we go from right to left, and then look, it goes back up here, and again the same flow. This goes left, this goes left, and everything gets connected to the front. But in the front we have, as I said, more than 480 materials carried here, so we make double floor. Floor second, floor 1, 2 lanes connecting everything to them, and that's it. And you have your dear chemicals produced and sent to your sulfuric acid farms, so they produce sulfuric acid. Yes. And as I said, if you need any of these resources, just put one storage at the end, connect all of these lanes to each other. The lanes that are carrying your resources for your productions inside that factory, for example, like this one, whatever is being produced inside here could be fed to the outside or to a storage plus one of these dispatchers, so you can actually send it to another place. Yes, and by doing this, your compounder life will become easy. One factory is better than 20 factories all across the universe that you don't know which is producing what. So make your life easier. And well, thanks for the likes, and you guys have been awesome. You have been showing a lot of support for all of these videos, so I really appreciate your support. And thanks for all the likes, thanks for all the hypes, and thanks for all of your subscriptions, memberships, and supers. Hope your compounder life goes very much easier. As always, if it's nighttime, I hope you just look like babies, and if it's daytime, I hope they fix these two in the next patch. I will make a patch review later. Like, I have so many things that I want to nag about. like a divorce. I'll nag more than a divorced dad in his 39s, okay? Yeah. See you in the next video, fellas. See you in the next video.